Hello, everybody. This is Terry, and welcome to my channel, TD More Than Just Orchids. And I'm showing off my Dockrillas that are doing so well, showing new roots. And of course, I wish you could smell that bloom on my Pugienforme, Dockrilla Pugienforme. Now, talking about Dockrillas, this up here, hanging high, is my Dockrilla terretifolium. And as I've said before, this has become a bucket list plant since I was aware of it, but over the years have only been able to get really small pieces. Now look at those roots that are so big and fleshy. And reflecting back on the smallest pieces that I got that were not bloom size, although I thought they were bloom size, never ever showed the way that these roots are just appearing from old dried roots. And there's numerous of those root tips. But one thing I did notice as well was the new growths that are coming off of the plant are very unusual in the respect that as they form along what would appear to be a cane, they're very, very nubby, which I can only assume is formation of perhaps new inflorescence. You see those nubbins, if the camera would focus now, you see this one that is a spent growth from the base, and that one. But then down further, just below the latest growth that bloomed, which is that one, you can see that it has pushed forward a couple of new growths, those that are going up vertically. There's one, and you see there's nubbins right there. You see those? If it would really focus. Same sort of deal. Those nubbins, to me, look as if they possibly could be where either, I would say it would be the spike, but there has to be the formation of the leaf, which is throwing me off. And you can see that it is at the very tip forming. So the only thing I can imagine is if that very end tip that looks like the leaf continues to just get big, and maybe those, we'll see. But it's definitely, and it's doing it on this other one, the same thing. So just keep my eye on that. And I'm still trying to get it to focus so you can see how similar they are. Those nubbins that it's just so hard to pick up on camera. It's such a bright day. There you go. See that protrusion up there? Really, really unique in the way that it's forming its new growth. So I'm really guessing it's the first time that I've been able to actually get a plant that produced a new growth. But I am comparing them with the older growth. See, you can see how they started, and they then produced alternate almost growths along the stem. You saw that spent spike just below that had numerous spent spikes. So that gives me more reason to think, see, there they are again, there's 1, 2, 3. Gives me more reason to think that those protrusions will push out and be spikes. And then once those bloom, then the leaf that is developing at the base, at the very end, will keep on going. Now I'm showing you again this Aranthes ramosa, which just like the other, has continued filling up those buds, or the grow tip, which you see there has formed a bud. You can see it sticking out of the sheath there. There's actually two. There's one above, and then there's sort of a more mature, or it's a later stage. So those should or could be kikis or a bloom. That would be beautiful. But the big surprise is this, and I kind of showed it yesterday, but giving a better look at it, because it is a complete surprise. This is a Galliandra pubicentrum, and that sequential spike right there that is developing is amazing. So I look forward to that. Those green flowers. And here is my Epigeneum treacheryanum, and you see that growth. Yeah, that's got to be a growth, because the spikes come from the tops of the growths. But a new growth whatsoever, that's the first time for that for me, and so hopefully it will keep developing. Now I'm bringing this up because this is doing so well. This is my Arangus distincta, which I've had some success with earlier. In my orchid career, I did have one that bloomed, and then after it bloomed, it died. But look at those precious root tips that are orange, orangish red in color, in plentiful numbers all along. And it's also giving me a new leaf from the top. And distincta does have unique fishtail almost, the way the leaves are branched at the ends. Looks like a mermaid or fishtail. That's what it looks like to me. And it hangs really low, gets water depending on the temperature a few times a day, as does my Peruviana that I'm showing you here, which is Peruviana. And I've had this throughout the winter, and it's began to put out some growths, and it gets watered a couple times a day, and it stays pretty low in the pretty low hanging down, but it's got those growths, and I'll try to get a little bit closer because those growths do have roots. I'm assuming, yeah, that looks like a growth. It could be spiking one of these, but I think it's looking as if it's another growth, and you see that root tip right there that is poking out there on that right side of that mature bulb where all those two growths are coming out of. And then on the other side over here is another new growth that has a root down there at the base. And there's a few roots that I've seen in the mix, so that's doing really well still. This is the one that I had first, and it gave me confidence to get some of these others from Equigenera, which, they are still acclimating, and they still look a little beat up, but, hopefully they will stand up. And here's another that I think is Fimbriata, Siefkinger Fimbriata. And it's smaller, miniature type, but it's still a species in miniature Stanhopea type. See those ribbed pseudobulbs. Gets those pendant flowers on spikes, so hopefully I'll be able to show you. That would be amazing. And just a peek at this Scudicaria, which I got at Orchidea Amazonica. And you see looks like there may actually just be one viable pseudobulb, so it's probably a goner, but I still am holding out hope, just because I'm still seeing firm roots, and the growth at the end of the plant is still firm to the touch. So I will still continue to water that and give it light as if it's a cattleya and protection. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will perk up, but I'm not holding my breath. And now this is a little special beauty that has a lens And with the cross, this is Dendrobium edilicaran. This is from Woodstream Orchids, and it's a hybrid. Love it. They're fragrant flowers, and there's another. That's a trichocentrum. Okay, and there's my lovely Epi Green Hornet, and that was my Trichocentrum Cuquat Lakeview. But there's some more buds showing on that unknown Cattleya, and you see there's the other two. So hopefully we can identify that soon. And it is a Florida Suncoast Orchid, so we'll be able to see hopefully what it is. Excuse the train, this is Train Town. It never stops. And there's my cross of Macrophyllum and Shirashi, which is not Shirashi no Tamago is my favorite. Shirashi, that's Shirashi. But anyway, folks, you all have a great day. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Press the like button. And as always, folks, I will end it on this beautiful hybrid. And thanks for watching, folks. And enjoy your orchids. Bye.